In the entire realm of so-called nature, we find nothing that is lifeless in the true meaning of the word, with the exception of what people produce artificially, their machines, their mechanical products.
To account for history, I think you have to stand the standard model of what the universe is completely on its head. The standard model that we inherit from physics
I don't think it's necessary, don't you know what's going on here? You caught up in a place called love. You caught up in a place called love.
it opens with something called the Big Bang. Interestingly, the way science operates is it says, give us one free miracle, and then we can explain everything. Well, if science gets one free miracle, then I think every ideology ought to be given the same advantage. So I think that the miracle of the Big Bang is an unlikelihood so preposterous that it could almost be seen as the limit case for credulity. What I mean by that is, if you can believe that, you can believe anything. I mean, if you believe that the universe sprang from nothing in a single instant from an area considerably smaller than the cross-section of a gnat's eyebrow, then I'd like to talk to you after the show about purchasing a large bridge across the Hudson River that's been in my family for generations. Scientists don't like this kind of talk. If I get one free miracle, then where I would put it is not in the absolute ultra-hyper vacuum of the pre-physical realm before time and space began its unfoldment. That seems to me an extraordinarily unlikely place to have a universe spring from. I think the place to put the free miracle is at in a domain in which there are many kinds of energy, many kinds of motion, many forms of organization, inorganic, organic, social, aesthetic, psychological, so forth and so on. In other words, a world somewhat like our own. And so I believe that we are actually moving toward the culmination of history, which all these cockeyed religions actually promised. It's just that they so distorted the vision in order to get their moral laundry list tagged on to the thing that it became oppressive and unrecognizable. It is ourselves that overturn that cheerful model of what is going on. We represent a breakout from the rules of organic nature and evolution that is no mere small exception, because whatever this breakout that we represent is, it has become the dominant force shaping the planet. Well, what is it? It's that history is the shock wave of eschatology.
So the summer passed and now the rap is over.
Right. Right. So now you want to Cadillac.
We can reach infinity.
Our thinking and how our syntax and how basically how our approach is dictating what we see in nature.
See the rain come down, the sun is shining. Stand at the base of your mountain high, dancing.
Scientists don't like this kind of talk.
This can't be the rockin' alive. This can't be the rockin' alive. This can't be the rockin' alive. Skills. This can't be the rockin' alive. 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 Ooh, yeah. This can't be the rockin' alive. I'm telling you, this can't be the rockin' alive. This can't be the rockin' alive. I'm telling you, this can't be the rockin' alive. This can't be the rockin' alive. I'm telling you, this can't be the rockin' alive. I'm telling you, this can't be the rockin' alive. I'm telling you, this can't be the rockin' alive. I'm telling you, this can't be the
All bodies dissolve by design. So that means all containers, everything that holds something, which is a body, it's going to dissolve at some point. It's going to disintegrate. And that's what nature is constantly showing us and constantly doing. Why is it doing that? It's because all bodies are temporary. They're illusory because they exist in time. Time is ultimately temporary for the same reasons that if the universe is infinite, then it's everywhere, always, all the time, constantly present.
Take my eyes that I could be so blind. I could not see it was there waiting.
Are intent on pursuing the potentials of central forces.
the total cognitive dissonance that we have today in our current physics paradigm when they say things like, we've measured the span of the universe, we've measured it into its end, which is a total oxymoron. It's impossible, because the universe, for one, is infinite, and two, if the universe wasn't infinite, that means there's a barrier somewhere way out there. And if there was a barrier out there, barriers by definition divide one thing from another. So if there was a barrier on the edge of the universe, that would mean that there's something beyond the edge of the universe. Well, that means it's the universe. It's still going. It's infinite. And this is the whole point, is this is what you see when you look at nature without your personality involved, without your ego involved, and without your reductionist, atomic, atomistic, materialistic view involved. If you look at what's happening around you, there is no end. The sky doesn't end. The space doesn't end. As far as you can tell, or we can tell, it's infinite. And it doesn't make sense that it wouldn't be infinite. Because if we're sitting here floating around in some sort of container, well then what's outside of the container? More universe.
Where's my money, man? Where's my money, mister? Where's my money, man? Where's
And that is
my money, mister?
rarely correct.
Where's my money, man? Where's
We
my
can find
money,
our way to
mister?
a real study of nature
Where's my
only when we
money,
understand
man?
first the leap from kinematics to mechanics. And when in turn we understand the leap from outer nature to something that can no longer be arrived at through calculations, because every calculation fragments and every potential disintegrates. By this second leap, we pass from outer inorganic nature